Here come the Capitals.
He's in alone. A shot. And a goal!
Bondra gets number 5.
Alexander Ovechkin.
The Capitals are champions.
For me as a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s, I mean, Mike Gartner was our hero.
When I thought of the Washington Capitals, I thought of him because, first of all, he looked perfect in his uniform. He was so fast, the jersey flap.
Shoot, shoot, shoot.
He's like a movie character. Perfect looking physique on the ice, great goal scorer.
Mike Gartner, who's obviously in the Hockey Hall of Fame, one of the best Caps players ever. But I traded Mike Gartner.
The fan base here was shocked.
It was a change. I never like to say a change for a change's sake, but we needed a shake-up. We needed to do something different. It's inevitable that you got to make changes, and nothing lasts forever, and you have to make trades, and I certainly have made more than my fair share.
They make that trade and they bring in the exact opposite type of guy, a guy that's like hack and whack, scores rebound goals, doesn't carry the puck up the ice, is like 5'9" or 5'10", and Dino Ciccarelli. They were so opposite, but they both had the gift of being able to score goals. They saw a soccer net, whereas other people see a hole in the wall.
I think when we heard about it was in Montreal. Mike assumed that he was going to play that night. All of a sudden, we heard through the grapevine, Larry and Mike is gone, and Dino will be here for the game. So Dino shows up. Honestly, like nothing happened. That's the business. Everyone knows.
And then Larry Murphy. I don't know what it was about Larry Murphy. He's a Hall of Fame defenseman. He's won Stanley Cups. And the fans always gave him the hardest time because he was not a graceful skater. Really short hockey stick, phenomenal passer. I know when I chased him around the league, I could never finish my hits on him. He was such a smart hockey player. But that really changed a lot of things with the Capitals.
When things settle down and get back home and talk about it as a team, you're giving up a 50-goal scorer for another. I don't think Dino had 50, but he was a feisty 40-goal-a-year guy. Let's go with it. Let Dino feel like he's part of the team. And he was a fan favorite when he got it.
On down to Ciccarelli, who moves right in, looks, shoots, score!
I don't think at that point I'd ever seen a guy who was so eager to get into the blue paint and just create havoc.
Dino Ciccarelli was probably the most fearless player I ever played with.
In front of Ciccarelli, he scores!
Here's a guy that isn't big, certainly not tall. What's he doing in there? Well, what he's doing in there is just driving everybody crazy.
You know, if you go in front of the net back in the day, you're going to get a two-hander, cross-check across your back.
Rod Langlois will tell you, it's a different game that he was able to play that you can play now. You could literally commit different types of felonies and not get called for it.
And he's not afraid to get in front of the net.
Shoot, score!
And he kept going there, get his stick right in your face.
The goaltender would have the puck in his possession, and yet there'd always be one stick coming in, try and jab it, and then everybody would pile on. He'd look, oh, of course, you know, there's number 22 being hauled to the ice, or but it never stopped him.
You know, the other part of a trade, Bob Rouse came into Dino, was a physical defensive defenseman. It was probably just moving on from the types of players and bringing in a whole different style that they wanted to identify as a little more on the evil side of hockey and versus the pretty efficient style, because the game was getting physical again. And Dino represented that. He scored physical goals. Bob Rouse was a guy that would drop the gloves, and you know, the other two weren't that type of player. They were phenomenal. They're both Hall of Famers. But it was just a change, one of those transformational changes, because you weren't winning with them, so you try something different, and Dino was a guy that they had immediate success with.
On down to Ciccarelli, who shoots, score!
3 of the players in that trade became Hall of Famers. You may never see something like that happen, that 3 players in a trade become Hall of Famers.